Hello students, my name is Harish Kumar Gaur and today we will discuss the topic of mental ability, that is mathematical operation. This topic is completely related with maths. The topic is of mental ability but it is completely related with math. That means we have to solve the mathematical equations in this chapter. In mathematical operation, as the name implies, mathematical operation, so that is why it is completely related with maths. In this chapter we will solve some mathematical equations, the equations which includes the number, the equations which includes the variables also. So let us start with the first topic of this chapter. The first topic of this chapter is Bodmas Rule. From the initial classes we have read about this topic, Bodmas Rule, that how we have to solve any numerical equation, a equation which includes the number and mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. So how we have to solve, what is the sequence of solving any mathematical equation is shown by this rule, Bodmas Rule. In this, V shows vinculum. Vinculum means bar. Bar means a line which is drawn over some numbers and signs like 5 plus 4, and the line is drawn over this mathematical operation. So this is vinculum, where a line is drawn over some numbers and signs. Okay. That means if there is a line drawn on any kind of number and signs, then we have to solve that operation very firstly in the given mathematical equation. The second one is bracket. We know about bracket. There are three kinds of bracket: small, curly and large, and the sequence of solving from inside to outside. That means if we have all three kinds of brackets, first of all we have to solve small, then we have to solve curly, then we have to solve large bracket. O means off. Off means multiplication. Remember this thing. O means off. D means division. M multiply. A addition. And S subtraction. So to solve any kind of mathematical equation, this is the procedure. We have to follow this rule to solve any kind of mathematical equation. Like, just for an example, we can have 48 minus 12 in the bracket divide by 4 plus 6 divide by 2 multiply by 3. This is the equation we have. Now we have to solve this equation. So first of all we will solve bracket because we do not have vinculum here. So we have to solve bracket. 48 minus 12 is 36 divide by 4 plus 6 divide by 2 multiply by 3. The bracket is completed, we do not have off, so now we have to solve division. 36 divided by 4 and 6 divided by 2. 36 divided by 4 gives us 9 and 6 divided by 2 gives us 3 multiply by 3. Now we have to solve multiplication, then addition. So 3 3s are 9. 9 plus 9 gives us 18. So the solution of this equation is 18. So this is how we have to solve, by following this procedure, any kind of procedure. Like, now what may be the changes can be done if we do not follow this procedure. If we see, we have an equation 3 minus 4 plus 2. Same equation I am writing here, but I am doing a vinculum, I am drawing a vinculum above 4 and 2. Now what changes can be made by this? Let us see. 3 minus 4 plus 2, this is a normal equation, we do not have any kind of vinculum, bracket, of, just we have addition and subtraction. So first we have to do addition. 3 is a positive number, 2 is a positive number, so these two should be added. So 3 plus 2 becomes 5 and 5 minus 4 becomes 1. So if we solve its normally this normal equation, we will get the answer 1. But if there is a vinculum drawn, then what happens? Vinculum means we have to solve this equation very firstly. This equation we have to solve very firstly. So 4 plus 2 becomes 6 and 3 minus 6 becomes minus 3. So this is the changes what made by following these mathematical operations. So we have to follow these mathematical operations in sequence. This is the work of vinculum. Due to vinculum, the answer is completely changed from plus 1 to becomes minus 3. Okay. So we have to follow this one. Another example we can have 1260 divide by 15 divide by 7, and we have to solve this equation. Whenever we have a division sign in sequence, then we have to solve the whole equation from left to right. From left to right we have to solve. That means this first division will have to be solved, then the resultant should be divided by 7. So 1260 when divided by 15, it will give us 84. 1260 divided by 15, it will give us 84, and then 84 divided by 7 is will give us 12. So 12 is the answer of this equation. So remember this, whenever we have 2 division or 3 division here, then we have to solve by from left to right. We can understand by another example, like 8 divided by 8 divided by 8 divided by 8 multiply by 64 upon 8 divided by 2 divided by 2 divided by 2 multiply by 1. Now we have to solve this equation. So we have to solve numerator differently and denominator differently. We can say 8 divided by 8, from left to right we have to solve. So 8 divided by 8 will give us 1. 1 divided by 8, this is 1. Now 1 divided by 8 will give us 1 by 8. Now 1 by 8 divided by 8. So we can write this as 1 by 8 multiply by 1 by 8, so it will be 1 by 64. So the value of bracket becomes 1 by 64. Now it's 64 in multiplication. So when we solve this, we'll get 1 as numerator. It's the value of numerator. Now we have to solve denominator. 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. Now 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. Then 2 divided by 2 will give us 1. Okay, and 1 multiplied by 1 will give us 1. So denominator is also 1, numerator is also 1. So 1 upon 1 can be written as 1. So the answer of this equation is 1. So this is how we have to solve. When we have division in sequence, we have to solve from left to right, always remember this. So this is the first topic, Bodmas Rule. This topic we have read already in the previous classes also. From initial classes we are discussing about this topic. Now coming to the second topic, which is also important, substitution method. Now what is substitution method? We have to follow the Bodmas rule here also. In this whole chapter or in any kind of mathematical equation you have in anywhere, in any suppose you are doing the question of maths also, if you have any kind of mathematical equation you have to follow the Bodmas rule. So substitution method. In substitution method what happens, we have given the whole equation, but in the directions we have given some substitutes of the given equation. That means between the numbers where the signs are placed, so we have to substitute the correct signs which are given in direction. Let's understand by the example. If A means plus, B means minus, C means multiply, and D means divide, then find the value of (13a), (15b), (14c), (22d), (11). So we have to solve this equation. Okay. We know that this is the topic of mental ability. So in each question we have some options: 0, 1, 2, none of these. So these are the options we have. We have to solve this equation. Now first we have to substitute according to the given direction in the question. Then we have to apply Bodmas rule. Remember this thing, always we have to apply the Bodmas rule. 13a, A means plus, 15b means minus, 14c means multiply, 22d means division, and then 11. Now we have to apply Bodmas. According to that, division will be the first. 22 divided by 11 gives us 2. Multiply by 14 minus 13 plus 15. So 14 multiplied by 2 gives us 28, and 13 plus 15 will also give us 28. So 28 minus 28 is 0. Option A is the correct answer. So this is how we have to solve. First we have to substitute the correct signs which are given in direction, then we have to apply the Bodmas rule, and then we have to find the correct answer. This is called substitution. Now another example we can have, if plus means multiply, minus means divide, divide means plus, and multiply means minus, then find the value of 16 divided by 64 minus 4 multiplied by 4 plus 3, and the options are 20, 52, 12, none of these. So let's substitute the correct signs. 16 divide. Divide is known as plus. 64 minus. Minus means divide. Multiply means minus, and plus means multiply. So we have done. Now let's solve this. 64 divided by 4. 16 minus 4 into 3. 4 multiplied by 3 gives us 12. 16 plus 16, it will give us 32. Minus 12 will equal to 20. 20 is the correct answer. So 20, option A is the correct answer. So this is the substitution method, where we have to substitute the correct signs which are given in direction. Then we have to apply Bodmas rule. Now, third topic we have interchange. Interchange of signs and numbers. Interchange of signs and numbers, that how can we interchange signs and numbers both. So in interchange of signs and numbers, what we have given a complete mathematical equation, but the solution which is given equal to the equation will not match with the equation's correct solution. That means we have some wrong placed signs in the given equation. That's why the solution is not matched with the given equation. So we have to correct those misplaced signs. That means we have given the signs which are not placed correctly. So we have to interchange those signs and we have to place them correctly. That is called interchange of signs and numbers. Sometimes we have to also change numbers. We can understand with example. Suppose we have given a simple equation 10 plus 10 multiplied by 10 minus 10 divided by 10. Okay, and the solution of this equation is given 10. We have an equation and the equal to given 10, but if we solve this equation, we don't have the solution 10. We can see 10 divided by 10 will give us 1, minus 10 multiplied by 10 will give us 100 plus 10. This will give us 110 minus 1, 109. But we have 10 here. So that means we have to interchange some signs so that we can get the correct solution. The solution is correct, the given equation is wrong. Also the signs are wrong placed. So we have to interchange the signs. Now the options are plus and multiply, plus and minus, minus and multiply, and D, none of these. So we have the signs. So let's do the first one, plus and multiply. If we interchange plus and multiply, it will not give us correct answer. Why? If we do multiply here, it will not make any changes, because 10 multiplied by 10 again becomes 100. If the number becomes 100, then we can't be able to get the 10. So first option is not correct. Second option says plus and minus. If we interchange plus and minus, this will also don't give us answer. Why? Because the multiply is here and 10 multiplied by 10 again give us 100. So this will also not give us correct answer. Let's do the option number C. 10 plus 10 minus 10 multiply by 10 divide by 10. Why I do this? Minus and multiply are interchange. So minus will go on the place of multiply and multiply will go on the place of minus. So minus is here, multiply is here. Okay. Now if we solve, 10 divided by 10 will give us 1 and 10 multiplied by 1 will give us only 10. So the number reduces very smallly. Multiplication will not give us a larger number, so that 10 plus 10, now 10 plus 10 is 20 and 10 multiplied by 10 is 10, 20 minus 10 is 10, which is written in equal to 10. Okay. So option C is the correct answer. So this is how we have to solve. That is called interchanging of signs and numbers. Sometimes we also have to interchange numbers, like from the following which one of the four interchanges in sign and numbers would make the given equation correct. The given equation correct. The equation is 3 plus 5 minus 2 is equals to 4. Option A, plus and minus 2 and 3. Option B, plus and minus 2 and 5. Option C, plus and minus 3 and 5. And option D, none of these. So let's do the first one. Plus and minus is interchanging in all the options. So at the place of plus, minus will be, at the place of minus, plus will be. 3 and 2 will be interchanged. So at the place of 3, 2 will here, at the place of 2, 3 will be here, and 5 is here. It will not give us any kind of interchange. Why? Because 2 plus 3 becomes 5 and 5 minus 5 becomes 0. But we have to find 4. So that is not the correct solution. Let's do second one, plus and minus. So minus is here, 3 minus, and plus is here, and 2 and 5 will interchange. So at the place of 5, 2 will be here, at the place of 2, 5 will be here. If we solve this equation, 3 minus 2 is 1 and 5 plus 1 is 6. It will give us 6, but we need 4. So it will also not the correct. Let's do third one, plus and minus. So minus and plus here, 3 and 5. So 5 is here, 3 is here, and 2 is here. If you do this, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 minus 3 is 4, or 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay. So option number C will give us the correct answer. So we have to interchange signs and numbers both sometimes. So this is how we have to solve the equation. We have discussed about 3 kinds of topics. First one, Bodmas Rule. Second one, substitution of sign. And third one, interchanging of sign. In all 3 kinds of topics, we have used Bodmas Rule. After interchanging, after substitution, all times we have to use the Bodmas Rule to solve any kind of mathematical equation. Remember this thing. And another kind of topic is also included in this chapter, that is finding the appropriate solution. Finding the appropriate solution. Now, what is the meaning of this? Finding the appropriate solution or finding the appropriate conclusion. Okay, this is what we have. Now, in this equation, sometimes we have to use some part of this equation we have to use like substitution. Okay, because in the direction we have given some signs or some symbols which means something different sign. Okay, so we have to use all the signs, and then we have to find the appropriate, the nearest possible answer from the given options. Like we have an example, if delta means, if triangle means, triangle means equal to, square means not equal to, plus means greater than, plus means greater than, minus means less than, multiply means not greater than, and divide means not less than. We have these substitutions. Now find the correct alternative. Find the correct alternative from the options. The question we have is A minus B minus C. A minus B minus C implies, and the options are A minus B plus C, B plus A minus C, C multiplied by B plus A, and the last option is B plus A plus C. Sorry, B plus A divided by C. Okay. Now we have to find the correct alternative from the options that relate with or that may be completely following or nearby following this condition. Now the condition says A minus B minus C. So first understand this condition. Minus means less than. A is less than B and B is less than C. So this condition should follow in any kind of option. A is less than B and B is less than C. If A is less than B and B is less than C, then A is also less than C. The meaning of this equation is A is less than B, B is less than C, so A is also less than C. This is the meaning of this equation. So let's understand with first option. The first option says A minus B means A is less than B, and B plus C means B is greater than C. So option A is become wrong because B is not greater than C, B is less than C. So option A is wrong. Option B, B is greater than A and A is less than C. If we see, this is possible answer. Why? B is greater than A, we know, and A is less than C, we know. We don't know about B and C, but we know all the relations. Okay, let's see further. If it is a possible answer, then let's see further. Here, option C says C multiply B, and the multiply means not greater than. Now, what is the meaning of not greater than? If C is not greater than, then it may be equal to or less than. If it is not greater than, then it may be equal to or less than. So C is equal to or less than B, but it makes us wrong. Why? Because C is completely given greater than to B. C is clearly given that C is greater than B, and it will showing us that C is less than or equal to B. So option C becomes wrong. In the option D, B is greater than A. This is correct. Divide means not less than, and not less than meaning greater than or equal to. Not less than meaning is greater than or equal to. So A is greater than or equal to C. This is also not possible. Why? Because A is always less than C. If A is always less than C, then A will not be equal to or will not be greater than C. So option D is also wrong. If all three options are wrong, so the possible correct answer is option B. That's why our answer is option B. So this is the topic, finding the appropriate solution or conclusion. So we have to use these signs and we have to find the appropriate conclusion. Another question we have, A plus B plus C does not imply option A, B minus A plus C, option B, C minus B minus A, option C, C minus A plus B, option D, B minus A minus C. So, we have to substitute and then we have to find that what may be the correct answer, what may be the appropriate conclusion. So, let us see, A plus B plus C, and plus means greater than. So, A is greater than B, B is greater than C. A is greater than B and B is greater than C. It will give us that A is greater than B, B is greater than C, so A is also greater than C. This give us, okay. That means A is greater than B and A is also greater than C. Now, let us solve the first equation. The first option says B is less than A. Minus means less than, B is less than A, plus means A is greater than C. B is less than A and A is less than C. This is the first option. So, A is greater than B and A is greater than C, both the conditions are showing here, okay. Let us see option B, because this is the possible correct answer which is related with this equation. So, we will putting it beside, and let's see the another options. If any other option is following this kind of condition, C is minus B, then C is less than B. C is less than B and B is less than A. C is less than B and B is less than A. This is also the possible. Let us see the option C. C is less than A and A is greater than B. C is less than A and A is greater than B. This may be also possible. Let us see the option number D. B minus A, that means B is less than A minus C, A is less than C. Now, we can see what the question is asked. A plus B plus C does not imply. That means we have to find the option which does not follow this kind of condition. So, you can see in the first option the given equation is following this kind of condition. In option B it is clearly following this condition. In option C also this following the condition, but in option D we can see A is less than C, but it is not possible. Why? Because A is always greater than C. So, option D is not possible, that is why option D is the answer of this question. So, this is how we have to solve the question of finding the appropriate solution or finding the appropriate conclusion. we have to substitute the signs and we have to solve each and every option so that we can find the correct conclusion. Now we have the final topic, another topic of this chapter, which is alphanumeric problems. Alphanumeric problems, in which we have given some numbers which are replaced by alphabets or replaced by another numbers. We have to understand the condition of those between those numbers, and then we have to find the relation, or we have to find the correct numbers at the place of alphabets. Just for an example, we can say if A3B multiplied by B is equals to 217B. Now we have to find the value of A and B. This is called alphanumeric puzzles. We have to find the A and B. Now what kind of solution we can process here? So you can see when B multiplied by B is giving us B. That means a number when multiplied by the same number will give us the same number. So which kind of digits we have when multiplied by the same digit will give us same digit? We can see 0 multiplied by 0 will give us 0, 1 multiplied by 1 will give us 1, 5 multiplied by 5 will give us 25, where unit digit is again 5, and 6 multiplied by 6 is 36, where unit digit is again 6. So these are the 4 digits we have. When multiplied by the same digit will give us the same digit as unit place. We cannot apply 0, because if we apply 0, then this whole number when multiplied by 0 will give us 0, but we don't have 0 as solution. We cannot apply 1 also. Why? If we apply 1, then a 3-digit number when multiplied by the 1 will give us a 3-digit number, but we have a 4-digit number. So we cannot apply 1 is also. Now we'll apply 5. So A35 multiplied by 5 will give us 2175. 5 5s are 25, 2 is carry over, 5 3s are 15, 15 plus 2 17, 1 is carry over. Now 5 multiplied by A plus 1 will give us 21. So the value of A becomes 4. So A will replace as 4. So value of A is 4 and value of B is 5. This is called the questions of alphanumeric problems. Some other kind of alphanumeric problems we also have. Just for an example, if we'll see, triangle and square will give us 7, triangle over triangle will give us 81, triangle this is 27, this is 81. So we have to find square over triangle and triangle over pentagon. Triangle over square, pentagon over triangle, we have to find the value of this. Now we have to understand that what is the going on. Triangle and square is giving us 7. So we can assume that the value of triangle is 3 and the value of square is 4. When we add these two will give us 7. Now triangle over triangle, that means we can say that the 3 power 3 is giving us 27, and square over triangle means 3 power 4, which will give us 81. So when a diagram over diagram, that means that is in power. When a diagram and diagram are continuing, that means that is addition. So square over triangle over square means 4 power 3 plus pentagon over triangle means 3 power 5. So it will give us 64 plus 3 power 5 will give us 243. So when we solve this, we will get 7307. So this is also the kind of alphanumeric puzzles where numbers are replaced by some diagrams. We have to understand the relation between diagrams, that what is going on and how we are finding the numbers. Then we have to apply for the particular diagram. One last type of questions we can have in alphanumeric puzzles, like 2 equals to 2, 3 equals to 6, 4 equals to 12, 8 equals to 56, then what should 11 equals to? If 2 equals to 2, 3 equals to 6, 4 equals to 12, 8 equals to 56, then what should 11 equals to? So we have to understand that what's going on here. How 2 becomes 2, how 3 becomes 6, how 4 becomes 12, how 8 becomes 56. So we can see that if 2 multiply by its previous number, its preceding number, then it will give us 2. When 3 multiply by its preceding number 2, it will give us 6. When 4 multiply by its preceding number, it will give us 12. 8 multiply by its preceding number, it will give us 56. So to find the answer, 11 should multiply by its preceding number. So 11 multiplied by 10 will give us 110. So the answer of this is 110. So this is how we have to solve the questions. In the first, we have discussed 3 topics: V Bodmas, substitution of sign, interchanging of sign. Then we have discussed about finding the appropriate solution or deriving the appropriate conclusion. Okay, and now we have discussed about alphanumeric puzzles, where different kind of puzzles we have to ask. So this is our chapter mathematical operation. Thank you.